Amanda. I'm really excited. Amanda Jean. I'm really excited to do this. I've got all your message here, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm Simone from Simone Tarot Shop, and thank you so much for your purchase. I'm excited to see what we come up with today. Okay. Hi, Simone. I'm currently a brand photographer and personal stylist for female entrepreneurs. My big plan is to create an e-course, which I have the plan for. However, something is blocking me called Style Your Vibe. Something is blocking me called Style Your Vibe. It's like the law of attraction, but raising your vibe through how you dress. I feel the big money is here. Love to know your thoughts. Also, not sure if to run this as a group program around this or just keep it evergreen. I feel my life's purpose is to work with women to help empower themselves and love themselves more. I would like to teach, inspire, and motivate. Also, like to know if this is the best path. I would like to know the most aligned way to attract my ICA. I guess this goes in hand with the money element. I love personal development and spirituality. I would like to write a book around Style Your Vibe and also have a YouTube show, I think. I would potentially also like to speak on stage, but that's my biggest fear. I'm 50 now, so I really need to get on with it. Anything further you need, please ask. Oh, and would like to know if photography is part of the bigger picture or if it's just something for now. Okay, so here you go, Amanda. I've got your information pulled up. And your chart. So, okay. Well, we're talking about hidden money elements, but you do have some other questions here that are more career vibed. So we'll do a little bit of both just to make sure we get your questions answered today. The first place we actually look is the second house. And you've got actually a fair amount going on here. So this will be interesting. The second house is how you earn money. Okay. So here's the first house. The second house is then in Gemini, which I'm laughing because Gemini is well known to be the communication sign, the sign of communication. So one of the biggest aspects would be a communication with friends, communication through writing, through speaking. So it doesn't surprise me that things like teaching, inspiring, motivating, starting a YouTube channel, public speaking, even photography would fall under Gemini as well. It doesn't surprise me that those sorts of things attract you attention. And those will be your main money-making sources. Okay. In fact, you even have your part of fortune, which is incredibly powerful in your second house in Gemini. So you really won't have any trouble whatsoever making money if you work on how are you communicating to other people. So I'm not a business strategist, obviously, but from what I see, the best way for you to get your word out there, for you to make money, is for you to get your word out there. And I'm not exactly sure that an e-course would be the best way to go about doing that, but let's keep looking and see what we uncover. Okay, we've also got Saturn in Gemini. I mean, Saturn is one of the most important career indicators. So yeah, I mean, it's just like banging you over the head and with a pot, this one. So the second house is about how you earn money. You've got a lot going on there. You've got Saturn in there. And then I think, where's Venus? Venus is just outside the second house, but it's really on the, oh, sorry, no, it's in the second house. It's just outside Gemini. And that's to do with Cancer. Okay, well, that's, yeah. So a fair amount of money that you attract just naturally through the law of attraction is going to come through communication, but also a fair amount of it is going to come through spending more time with your family. Okay, because when you disconnect and spend more time with your family, somewhat with your friends too, you know, and I can even see some business partners in here. Friends and business partners are going to be huge for you because Gemini is also really well known for friendship, communication and friendship. Cancer is more for family. So when you're spending time with your friends and family is when you're going to get the most inspired ideas for your business. So bring a little notepad next time you go. you don't even necessarily have to ask your friends and family what they think, but it's just when you're in that sort of more relaxed state and you're like laughing or having a good time or, having a meal, sharing a meal with people, that's when things are going to come in for you. That's when the information about your business is going to come in for you. Okay, that's your second house. Your eighth house is well known for death and regeneration and rebirth. And we can see that you've got Jupiter here in Sagittarius. So it's just right on the cusp between Sagittarius and Capricorn. But this basically means that you're going to have a fair amount of luck of money coming in through people within your social circle, specifically clients that you consider sort of like friends to you in a way. There's a certain amount of, like I said, friendship around the clients or business partners, or not business partners, but people who you have in your extended network that are like friends to you. And there's a certain amount of money that's going to come in just by luck through that. So one of the main ways that you can get the word out there is actually networking. And networking sounds kind of random, I know in general, but specifically the people that you feel like are your friends in this business journey, the people that you connect with. And if you don't have that already, then Sagittarius is a great placement for you to go out to some networking events in your area and actually get to know people one-to-one. And you can even do this online, actually, like going to like an online boss babe meetup or whatever. I don't know. Some names. Okay, so a lot of the luck is going to be coming in from those people concerning money. All right, the 11th house is pretty empty at the moment. Let's see here. Okay, the inside of this circle here is sort of like what happened at your birth, and the outside of this circle is what is happening now in the skies. Okay, so this is true for everyone. However, there are some aspects that are a little slightly different for each person, depending on when they were born. And well, anyway, the outside is what's going on right now. In general, it's pretty much the same for everybody, but there are some different parts. And what's on the inside is completely you and you alone. So Mars is traveling through Gemini right now and it's traveling through your second house. So yeah, 100% you need to be public speaking, 100%. And you can start out with things like Facebook Lives and stuff like that, but you need to be getting the word out about your business. And I'm not seeing that a course is like the fastest way for that to happen. You could do a course, but I would say your question as to whether group program or evergreen, I just put it on evergreen, put it on automate it as much as you can and focus on speaking and getting the word out. So things like a YouTube channel will be really good. A book. A book. Hmm. Let me just check one aspect here. Hmm. A book is just not really like exciting for me. The YouTube channel is more exciting. Getting your face out there and doing public speaking is more exciting to me. Yeah, obviously be careful with COVID and stuff. But I'm seeing like, actually where you are doing the speaking yourself. Okay. So then let's go on to the next part. We're going to take a look at the 11th house, which is where money comes in concerning your career. And in your natal chart, there's really nothing in the 11th house. You can see it's just empty. That doesn't mean you're not going to earn any money through your career. It's just that it's not what's driving you. You've got a lot more in the second house and in these areas of your chart. So yeah. Let's see here. However, you do have Neptune. Okay. So storytelling. Okay. Great. And then you've got in Pisces. Okay. And I think that's about it because if we look, Chiron is, oh wow, Chiron is really aligning for you. Okay. All right, so what am I seeing? In the 11th house, we've got a couple of things going on. The moon is in Aries, okay? Jupiter's in Aries as well. And then you've got Neptune in Pisces, and this is all in the 11th house, which is how you make money in your career. So actually, your career is very well set up right now to be earning money. And over the next few months, as Jupiter will be in transit in Aries for a while. So with Jupiter in Aries, it's like the good luck of new beginnings. So it's great time to be starting new projects. Absolutely fantastic time to be starting new projects. Then we've got Neptune here, which is one of my favorite planets to talk about because it's just about it's like fantasy and storytelling and graphics and photography would be a huge one here. Um, you did ask me, so let me just circle so I can remember for you. Photography would be showing up here, and we can see it in Pisces. So it's like dream fantasy land, so how can you bring in storytelling and fantasy and some aspects that perhaps were not necessarily part of what you were doing before that could come in your career right now and in the style of your life. What you call it? Style your vibe. I don't know, like dressing up Disney characters in outfits that better match their style versus their, I don't know, what they were dressed in for the cartoons, or making like hmm, I'm not sure, but storytelling and fantasy, and then emotion. Now, this is the land of dreams and emotion. Pisces is the land of dreams and emotion. So, um, your wildest dreams concerning your business is where I want you to focus on right now for earning money, especially for, Neptune takes a while to move through the zodiac sign. So you've got some time to be doing this. Definitely in photography, maybe one of the ways that you do this, like, can you take photographs of women that like invite your friends over, style them up based on their personality, and then, but like tell the whole story. So show yourself in the interview, like sitting down and talking to your friend about her, her struggles and her dreams and her personality and her business, and then go through why you chose each piece and then put it on her and have her do a mini photo session. That's just a random example, but this is one of the ways that if you were to publish something like that, something along those lines that includes all of those elements in your with all this going on in your 11th house, and then Jupiter is going to still be in your 11th house. It's going into Pisces, so you're going to have even more Pisces energy, but Jupiter in your 11th house right now is in Aries, so it's a great time for you to start new projects in general for your career, right? Incredibly, incredibly important. And with the moon here in Aries, yeah. I mean, were you asking me? Let me just double check the messages. You were asking me some things like, I feel like something is blocking me. Yeah, okay. That's what I was going. That's what I was trying to remember. Well, you've got a couple of things here. So Chiron is the asteroid of healing, and the moon deals with emotion, and both are in Aries, and the moon is very, very clearly just on the edge here of the 11th and 12th houses. So it's just in your career house. So there's some fear perhaps around starting new projects and feeling like you're scattering yourself too much or that you're not going after what's truly yours. Like a little bit of shame around being too many places at once. Which is true again for having your natal Jupiter here in the 8th house in Sag, right? You're gonna have a lot of careers in your lifetime. It's just who you are. But there's this other part of you, which is the midheaven, which is one of the career indicators as well. This 10th house. And that is indicating to me that your Aquarian mind, the logical mind, is kind of telling you like, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. So there's a little bit of a battle going on, right? Like your mind and then what you feel like is right based on that. Because the Aries is very much just about feeling. And you've maybe done this before and hasn't gone your way and you're just afraid to go back there. There's some healing to be done around that. Whenever I see Chiron, and then Chiron is lining up pretty much you know, exactly where it was in your natal chart. So to me, that's just really showing to me that there's a lot of energy around that for you right now. You've got Saturn currently in Aquarius in the 10th house, which is the career house. 11th house is the career house of money, and 10th house is the career house of how you show up in the world and stuff like that. So now I'll take a look at the 6th house. Kind of doing a hybrid. So I'm doing a little gift for you. I'm doing the career reading along with the hidden money reading just because you had so many questions really about career. But anyway, with Saturn, which is the sort of planning, get to it, get it done, do it type of energy, and it's in Aquarius, and Aquarians are like, you know, they can go against the grain in a certain sense, but they are very highly logical people. You know, they've sort of been there, done there, seen that. They don't really have any interest, and you know, they're not rude about it, but they're just like, I already know this. So they're not interested in doing things that are repeating patterns. And that's where you've got a little bit of healing to do, because there were maybe some repeated patterns of, you know, do I trust myself um yeah, and some emotional pain around earning money, perhaps. Like maybe you started a couple of projects that really just didn't go well and you've sort of blamed yourself, you know, maybe something like that. But there's some healing to do around that. So whatever comes to mind for you right now is probably the case. Okay, we talked about the 10th house, we talked about the 11th house, we've talked about the part of fortune, which is this little guy right here in your second house. Talents that you were born with. So, you know, networking is huge, but mostly networking with friends. It's not just networking with random people, but you're really good at actually forming friendships. And with Mars in this aspect right here, you can really like capitalize on that in a big, big way. You know, Mars is usually in your fourth house, and it's, you know, Mars is right now transiting through your second house. So, highly, highly likely for that to be the case. You did ask me about photography, and that would be Mercury or the third house. I'm not seeing a huge amount of photography energy. I mean, a fair amount, just because you're a Gemini, and also just because, you know, you've got, well, not, you know, not even really. Sort of, not really. I wouldn't say, because one of your questions was, you know, is photography here to stay? I feel like it's going to be part of your wheelhouse, as in it's going to be part of your skill set, but it's not like you're going to be a famous photographer. That's not where your life is heading towards, you know, according to this chart, your life is heading towards something, you know, quite different. So, not quite different, but basically the biggest thing I want you to focus on is storytelling, public speaking, getting your word out, and really working with friends, you know, so the people that you consider your friends in the business world. But the photography aspect, you know, a little bit, but not like, not anything that I'd be like, whoa, wow, really, that's crazy, right? Okay, Jupiter and Venus. Yeah, Venus in your natal chart is right there on in Cancer. So, like I said, spending time with your family and friends. Let's see. And Venus right now is transiting through the fourth house for you. Yeah, spending time with family and friends. Especially if you're married or have a partner, in your in that family will bring you some when you get to spend time with them, that's when you're in the attraction mode. Okay. Mercury is going through your fifth house. Yeah, creativity and sex. I wonder if like how you can entertainment, yeah, the arts. Yeah, I do see photography very clearly right now in your chart. And then like how can you make women feel sexy, especially like how can you help them with that sexual energy? And you're really you the photography aspect is coming in very clearly through there, because you know Mercury, when we look at Mercury, we know that Mercury is intelligence and rationalization and memory and speaking and communication and voice. and education. And one of the ways of communication is through the arts in the fifth house. So creativity, sexual energy, those kinds of things, you know. Yeah. You've got your Mars and your native of Leo, the fourth house, so you may take sometimes some messy action, which probably is why we're seeing this bit of healing coming through, that you felt like the energy was sort of messy, and so in that way you're a little bit ashamed of it. I'm not sure what comes through for you in that situation, so think about that. Okay, so I think that's about it. I think that's about all we wanted to share today. Obviously, your sun is in Leo, which you probably already know. Your moon is in Cancer, which is a really sensitive soul. So you have a very strong connection to people's emotions, especially you don't have a lot going on in Pisces or Scorpio, but perhaps you tend to attract very emotionally and intense people, and maybe even Scorpios themselves are people with a high amount of Scorpio energy in their charts. And part of your job as a Cancer is like you're really good at helping those people to realign with that, the more childlike, more innocent, sweeter parts of the emotions. And then you've got your ascendant in Taurus. So yeah, you have got a lot of friendship in your chart. And Taurans are very famously stubborn and hard-headed. So you can move with that energy, as well as you have a very steady energy. So I don't see any difficulties for you building a business whatsoever. Yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. I'm gonna send this over to you, and that's about it. Let's see if there's anything else we wanted to include from the messages. Okay, let's see. Create an e-course. Yeah, the e-course, it's just like feel through the e-course. Obviously, I'm not a business strategist, but if you do it, I wouldn't put all your energy like into it right now. Maybe you can hire it out or something and just kind of get it on the back burner and on automation if you wanted to do that. Okay, but if you were gonna do it, of course, actually I'm saying keep it evergreen, but I feel like a group program in general would be really good for you. Or maybe not even a group program, but just focusing on your own group, maybe. I don't know if I would put program around it. Yeah, I wouldn't. I love to teach, inspire, and motivate. Yeah, not surprising to me whatsoever. Gemini. You've got a lot of Gemini. Also like to know if this is the best path. Yeah, absolutely. But I would include while you're at it, because you've got these natal placements like Neptune and Sagittarius. Like, how can you help women feel that spark and feel that little bit of extra sexiness, Perhaps even when it has to do with like maybe one of your programs could include helping women feel that spark in the bedroom again or something like that, or feeling back to their sexy selves apart from their business. Maybe some of your work might be helping women to move away from that, empowering them in a way that's away from that business aspect of who they are. I don't know, maybe. Next up, let's see, how do I get aligned with my ICA? Yeah, your ICA's friendships. So you're really good at forming friendships. That's going to come naturally to you, and people are going to be naturally considering you their friend, even if you don't consider them your friend. And so you're like naturally kind of popular with people. naturally kind of popular with people. And where's your North Node? Yeah, definitely. And you're like a wise counsel to them. I love personal development and spirituality. Yeah, definitely. I don't see like an intense amount of spirituality in your chart, but I do see an intense amount of like empowering women um and sort of out there thinking. Maybe that is spirituality. Write a book. Okay, a book. A book could be good. Could be good. I say this because you've got your North Node in two different ones that are earthbound. That's Taurus. At the moment, North Node is going through Taurus. Your ascendant is going through Taurus, and at birth, your North Node was in Capricorn. I wouldn't say it's the most lucrative, but it could be something that you would do. The YouTube show, definitely. Speaking on stage, I would go for it. I know you say it's your biggest fear, but the next line is you're like, I'm 50 now, so I really need to get on with it. Oh, by the way, I did ask a special gift, pull up your numerology. And let's see, you are in the second cycle of the four pentacles. Study, self-discovery, and spiritual development. Okay, so I see that part of this is like the loner in you, and you're feeling alienated. However, yeah. However, this self-discovery is this self-discovery is probably that lonerness vibe, which we've all gone through a little bit with the pandemic and stuff. So see if you can get yourself a little bit back out there in a gentle way. So the second challenge, yeah, overcome your fear of change and risk. And I would see this in the self-expression, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Liberate yourself from self-expression, be a bit challenging, scary, individual freedom. I would do the public speaking 100%. There's definitely a little bit of blockage going on, and like you're maybe turning inwards a little bit, and you're like getting annoyed with yourself, maybe. Like I can kind of see in your message. I'm 50 now, so I should really be doing this by now. It's all going to happen in good time. So trust yourself to know and to listen to your heart and to know when your heart's telling you to do things and when it's not, Okay, the second cycle, favorable for love and marriage. Yeah. I could see a fair amount of homebody in your chart. Yeah, for sure. Because, you've got the moon in Cancer, so your emotions are going to be so tight, and you've got so much going on in Leo. I mean, you're a Leo sun, your Mercury's in Leo, and your Mars are in Leo, your fourth house. It's like, yeah, you're definitely a bit of a homebody. And I would trust that feeling. Okay. All right, I hope that helped. Communicate from the heart when you're speaking with people. Photography is good for you for now, but I wouldn't say it's like your life's work. Communication is your life's work, and speaking mostly. The book is an okay idea. The e-course is an okay idea, but the YouTube channel, the speaking, getting your voice out there is kind of what's pulling at you karmically. So it doesn't really matter what you do. Obviously, you have free will over the situation. So whatever it comes to you is going to be what comes to you. So basically, it doesn't matter, but that's kind of what's going on. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope you have a great day. And let me know if you have any other questions. And I will see you hopefully another time soon. And let me know how everything goes, and keep me updated because I want to see how see how this unfolds for you. So, all right, bye.